Hey, Tiny T here, and I'm with my Farmall M at Tiny T, and I got a little drip here coming from the bottom of the carburetor, and so I'm going to get something under there to catch that, but I'm looking for a carburetor repair kit, and to do that you need to get a serial number from your carburetor. Well, this whole unit here, from down here up to here, is your carburetor, and the kit that you get goes inside there, but there's a couple different kinds for the Farmall M, plus if somebody's put a different carburetor on there, you want to make sure you get one that works for it. So what I'm looking at for the rebuild kit, you want to make sure you get one that goes with that carburetor, because unless you're going to buy a whole new carburetor and put on. But the tag is on this Farmall M that I have is right here on this little, I don't know if it's steel or what that is, but it's got a little tag there that's riveted on, it looks like. And that was covered with paint. Whoever had this before me had painted it, and they'd painted over top of that too. So some of the stuff you run into when you get things. And so what I'm looking for is that number on there. And with my glass, what I had to do, I tried to clean that off with a little bit of WD-40 or something that was covered with grease too. And I got the grease off, and that's all else. Got paint on there. And all I did was take a point of a knife, and let me show you here what I did to get that off, in case you're into the same thing. You gotta be careful because you don't want to lose the numbers on it. And all I did is get in right here by this, and I just pushed, and that just peeled right off there. It just popped as soon as I pushed a little bit. The whole thing on that side popped off, and the same thing over here. So I was able to get it off there fairly easily. Let me clean that up a little bit more, and what I use to clean with, make sure I don't scratch anything. I use a toothbrush, but you might want to get something a little bit better than that for this. I'm just getting down there for the numbers. That paint kind of did a job on them, so hopefully they're not scratched up from what I did. I don't think so. And let me get some of that stuff off here. I think that's going to clean up enough to where I can get the numbers off there and hopefully tell which one I need. So I may have to get a magnifying glass to get those, because some of them are kind of worn just a little bit, but I can get just enough to know which model I have. I'll make sure I record that. I'll have the video that tells me. So that way I should be good. Got a little bit more paint up here. Alright. Let me see what I can get off that then. I don't know if I can get in there close enough to get the focus. Try to take a picture of it, but wasn't able to, so let me try again now with that paint off there. Maybe it'll focus in. I thought maybe I'd be able to see the numbers through the paint, but couldn't see any numbers on there when I took a photo. So anyway, I'll get the number off there, and then we'll see what we can find for a carburetor rebuild kit. And what I'm going to end up doing is ordering that, so it'll take a while. I probably won't get it this time, but one weekend I'll come up here and I'll rebuild that kit on that. And meantime, I'm going to have to get something under there, because it's got gas dripping out enough to make it smelly in here. Plus, I don't want it in my floor here either. So I'll get something under there to catch that. Thought I had it stopped. I'd hit on here with a hammer. Before I left last time, it was dripping really bad. I'd taken it out and driven it around. And when I come back, it was just dripping like a faucet in there, just drip, 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 drip. And so I hit on it, and it got it down to where it, maybe once every 5-10 minutes it had a drop, but it's sped up or something here since then. So I may try tapping that again. It must have a leak maybe in that float valve, and it's coming out. The overflow on that is where I read that it's coming out of. So anyway, let me get a number on that and see which carb kit I need.